a new week and to another classical piece, Romance de los Pinos by Federico Moreno Torroba. I played earlier the Sigüenza, which is another one of the Spanish castles. This one has the title Romance de los Pinos, Romance de los Pinos, Romance of the Pine Trees, and also Montemayor is where you find the castle in Montemayor in Spain. And it's one of the first pieces I played, so I have to go almost 30 years back in time to when I really studied the piece, when I looked at what is it. After this, I've only had it in my routine, played it now and then to see if it's still in my fingers, and not really thinking about what's going on in the piece. So now that it's also one of the reasons why I make these videos, that I have to have another deeper look to see what I'm going to say about this, what's happening in the piece. I'm not a composer. I've never studied really thoroughly the theory, just by playing. So now when I go into the piece, I find that here in the beginning it's of course this is an A major, and then the fourth. So the third is here on the second string, the C sharp, and then I play a D, so it's a suspended fourth, A sus4. And then we get to F sharp, A, D. That's the first inversion of a D major chord. So we could say that now we already have the fourth. We have the tonic, the first, and then we have the fourth chord of the scale, or it's an A with the 4 or 11 or and the 13. So, and then we go to the C sharp minor. So it's the third chord. So we have a 1, 4, 3 progression. So we could say, okay, this is a very pop progression. Let's see if I find my tuner. Okay, let me just do it. Let's accept it, that's fine. And then continuing in the scale of A major, this D, F sharp, B. That's a B minor chord, also the first inversion. We have the third in the bass. And then going back to the A major, going back to the 1. And then this, also a first inversion chord, the third in the bass, because this is an E major with the third in the bass, the G sharp in the bass. And then back to the A. So there's a dominant to the tonic, the 5 to the 1. But then, here's the thing, I was like, what is this? What's happening now? Because now it's... And... there's not a single note that is almost not a single note from the A major scale suddenly. We have all, now we have, well, okay, you have two notes, but then we have the G, not the sharp anymore. In A major it would be a major 7, but now we have the flat 7. So I'm thinking maybe what he's doing here, he is turning the tonic to a dominant. So we have an A7, But then we get F. You know, the typical chord in A major would be an F sharp minor. Because we have an F sharp in the scale. So I'm thinking, okay, we go to an F. Maybe we have gone from A major to A minor, or something else. Let's see. Since this is a Spanish piece as well, I'm thinking, well, maybe here you should have the Andalusian cadence again. Oh, this is one of my favorite pieces, one of the really nice pieces, one of the most popular classical guitar pieces. So, of course, it probably has the Andalusian cadence. You know, this is mandatory. Obligatorisk. And then, if this is the 7 now, then it would be the same as the E in A minor. So, if this now, the A is the E, equivalent to the E, then we would have a B flat, and then it would be D minor. Fit with an F, because the F is the equivalent of to D minor, F major, D minor, parallel. So let's see, maybe I'm into something. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think at least this makes me some theoretical foundation for doing my interpretation. Instead of what has become of my playing is that just a technical warm-up. Because this chord is so special that it should not just be played through like this. You know, we have to give it some attention. And this is the tritones. This is the devil in the music. You know, from the A major. Interval. And then I always just thought of this as a bit of a embellishment or a bit, but what is this? The Andalusian cadence in D minor. That's why that's how Spanish this is. Spanish composer. So of course it's a major piece, but we go into minor to get the Andalusian cadence as well. So let's see. Let's try to play through in right-handed. also noticed that there are so many versions of this piece. I thought, wow, this is a piece written by Torroba to Segovia. But so of course my partiture, my sheet music is from Revisión y Digitación de Paulino García Blanco. And searching the internet, I saw there are plenty of different versions. So maybe that's another thing. I should go through the different versions and find maybe a mixture and not just play this one. And I will try to put links in the description below. So if you want to find sheet music I use. As for the electric guitar, I've often used ultimate guitar if I don't want to just use my ear to try to figure out what they're playing. In classical, if I don't have the sheet music, I use Scribd.com. You find most of the music there. Also this piece, I'll put a link in the description below. Now let's see if I can do it left-handed as well. So, see you tomorrow.